I can't wait till we...
Oh, shit. Demon. Welcome back to Everything Whiskey. Today we're doing Ardbeg Uigeadail versus Ardbeg 10. We're going to be reviewing both and kind of seeing how they stack up against each other. Let's do it.
Alright, so the Uigeadail comes in at 54.3, I think it is. 54.2% alcohol. So it's a fairly hefty whiskey. But I must say, it's probably one of my favourite Ardbegs on the market at the moment.
It's my definite favourite at the moment, at least.
As you can see, we've...
Yeah, I think you can tell by the bottle anyway. But it's just, I think, why we wanted to do this kind of review versus the 10 is because the 10 is like the staple Ardbeg, but the Uigeadail is something we've like really discussed being, I don't know, the perfect entry level Ardbeg. And that's understanding, like, you need to have a prior understanding of that Ardbeg is never an entry level at any point.
I didn't like that term, entry level.
But if you're going to, the Uigeadail is like the perfect spot for someone who is really into peat, but doesn't want, I don't know, like, just simplicity in peat, like super high, bright, punchy notes. Because this has that, but it also has, like, underneath this array of really developed subtle notes, and it just makes for a really balanced whiskey.
Let's start with the nose on the Uigeadail. They're so nice. I love this whiskey. Obviously there's a great load of peat in it.
Yeah.
There's not excessive peat like a Octomore. It's more of a... It's kind of like a lagerable, like it's there.
Yeah, but more like savory meat notes going on.
It's like a deep... It's like a barbecue.
More barbecue notes going on, definitely.
It's just like a rich, deep flavour. Kind of like...
I get like...
Almost like a dark brown sugar kind of.
Yeah, I was literally about to say kind of like you get some sort of barbecued meat, but the crust is like caramelized brown sugar. Some like espresso.
Like ground espresso?
Like coffee bean, fresh ground espresso though.
It actually does, yeah.
Like it's got that really rich, like it punches you in the nose kind of smell.
Some chocolatey.
Chocolate, yeah, dark chocolate. Some like, I don't often get fruits from Ardbeg, but like I can, if I search for it, get kind of some like smoked sugared fig, like some fig kind of like
I don't get that
reduction.
But I could see where you're coming from.
Just the sweetness, like it kind of has a little bit of a fruity taste, but it is like really dark. It's not I'm not really getting any citrus or anything.
It's kind of like a stewed plum kind of.
Yeah, something stewed, deeply sweet.
Alright, let's jump into the palate of the Uigeadail. Oh, that stings my lips because there's a cut in it, but
it's still got some kick. We had some Stag at the start of the night, Stag Junior, and I don't know, like it's clearly gone now, but like this still kicks. Normally if you have something like that first, it makes everything afterwards taste,
I mean, it's 55% or something.
But this is still, it's still a kick around. Like before when I said it's entry level, I want to reiterate, this is not entry level for whiskey at all, but like it's a good kind of balanced whiskey if you already really like Isla. That's all I'm saying. Now,
so scratch the
don't just delete entry out of your mind. The actual notes on the palate are pretty consistent with the nose. The like as we've said, the balance between the peat and the savory notes and the sweet notes and stuff, the balance is still there. You get the maltiness in the taste.
It's like a really dry cracker for some reason. Do you get that?
Like a Savoy or something.
Yeah, you would know what that was.
Yeah.
It's like a biscuit. Kind of like a salted, savory biscuit kind of thing. Alright. Moving on to the 10.
Now we got the big boy, the leader, because...
Came back from America and got the big boy travel size.
Because we just, like, we love the 10. Even though this review, when it's versus the Uigeadail, it might come off second place. It's still like just a classic. Like you can't beat the 10 in a way of just affordability for really cool, great flavors.
That was just Ardbeg burp come up.
All right, so the Ardbeg is obviously 10 years old. It is, I didn't check, 46. So it's still, it's decent. So it's nothing too shabby. I mean, it has all of the high notes of the Uigeadail, I'd say, but it is missing most of the low notes.
Yeah.
And like, look at the color difference. Like, look how light this is. Leah, let's
comparison.
Maybe it isn't darker, is it?
Oh yeah,
it's way more yellow.
I don't know if you can see that, but
so
this is like golden.
Yeah,
this is kind of like a.
That's really pale. This is much more golden. It actually feels less punchy than the Uigeadail, funnily enough, because I always describe this as like the really light, bright, punchy Ardbeg, but it's
there's obviously not as much.
I think it must be the alcohol.
Well, like the 10 allows you to get in there a bit deeper to draw out those notes.
You can tell in the taste it is much thinner, which is fine. It's not thin. It's not at all a thin whiskey. It's an oily whiskey.
Oh. It's delicious.
It's just it's a beautiful Isla. It's just missing the base, pretty much. Like, the high notes are all developed. They're good, notes, but the base, the low notes are just missing a bit, which the Uigeadail has. But it also has a hell of a lot more punch than this.
To sum it all up, they're both delicious whiskies, and they are very close to our hearts because I think they were our first Islas. Well, the 10 was one of our first. And Anoa, whatever it is. They're both very nice whiskies.
Yeah, buy them both. We rate Uigeadail the winner if you have to compare them, but it's much more expensive anyway.
For
They're
cost
both winners.
I personally buy the 10.
Oh, much more often. Me too.
Because it's cheaper.
Yeah.
If I was to lash out, I'd buy the Uigeadail. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe. Let us know your thoughts.
Yeah, which one do you like better?
Yeah, and we'll see you in the next one. Don't know what we're doing, but we'll see you then.